Dick. What happened?
You can build some over there. Don't get my light.
Hey, we saw your face. There's another communist.
You got arrests happening already. Some dummy getting violent. People getting arrested over here.
You assholes lost something. I don't hear anything. Your mask is coming to me. Guess who's here? Yeah. What's wrong with you? He's got an American flag.
No, he didn't sucker punch. He holds people against their will. There he is. Protesting, but he calls himself a journalist. Holding people against their will is not being a journalist. You're out.
I'm not holding anybody against their will.
I watch you at night, dude.
I don't hold anybody against their
You
will.
stand in front of them too. You call them assholes when they go past you.
I encourage people to sit off there in the cars in front of us.
Oh, you call them assholes when they go past you, and then you want to fucking call the cops, get their phone number, you know, get their license plate number.
Always.
To what? To call the cops? Yeah. You engage in holding people against their will. I call that kidnapping.
Okay.
You're the fascist.
Okay.
No, I mean, no, like there are. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
You okay?
I'm good.
You're shaking. Your face is shaking a little bit. You got your twitch going on there.
Yeah. Should we go have a talk? You can bring the camera. We'll set it down.
For what?
Just have a talk. Holding people against their will.
I'm not holding anybody against their
You're a
will.
fucking bully.
You alright?
What?
Are you okay?
I'm good.
Okay. You're twitching. I just want to make sure you're okay.
It happens.
All right.
Oh, you want to walk away? That's it.
This is the one we walked by when we went to get the I don't know where it's
Well, you got something you want to say?
I said what
He's twitching too.
Yeah, why are you wearing that fucking mask and you fucking talk shit about it?
What do you mean? Why do I wear a mask when I talk shit about it? I don't talk shit about the mask. And I don't talk shit about the flag.
Saying how sad it is our fucking Capitol got destroyed. You're not an independent
I did
journalist.
say that it was sad how the Capitol got destroyed. What's your point?
You're a fascist.
I have come out against, absolutely said that how disgusted I was by some of the things that have happened in the last 2 weeks. Swallow? Yeah, fuck you.
You got shit in your mouth. Put the mask on. Oh, yeah, they are. You see that?
So this is.
9 minutes, 47 seconds. Every night downtown.
There they are. Trump, defense.
Catholic Church got 4 fucking legal defense executive dues. The banks got fucking bailout. The banks.
Trust me.
It's huge. This thing is whack today. So this is the police department, right? Paralyzed veterans against racism.
The newer one. Papa Osmo, green.
I'm still learning how to use this thing.
I know, and it's slow to take the right format and everything. But the Pocket Osmo, it's got its own stabilizer, just superb.
Really?
The Pocket Osmo 3.
So will you tell us about yourself, sir? What you got going on here today? It says Paralyzed Veterans Against Racism.
So are our police. The police values.
So what does that mean today? Because America's losing its ability to communicate in so many ways.
We're doing it one way here. Newspapers are another. Talking with you is another. But the invitation to this event said to support the 99% of good cops.
The 99% of good police officers.
Giving the statistical possibility that there are some who aren't. I'm here to support that 99%. And we have nothing against being against racism. It's a police value. This is my town. These are my cops. They protect me. God bless.
God bless you. So, have a great day, sir. Thank you. Looks like we're a little open carrying too, huh?
Don't let that come across.
Nothing like fucking with the live streams. Thumbs up, folks.
It's weird when Black Lives Matter is a counter protest. Well, it's an all lives crowd, always right in there with blue lives crowd.
My take is that I do not support. I support their
Blue Lives Matter folks
I do not
and
support
All Lives Matter folks don't seem to have any squabbles. And all of a
So
sudden, All Lives Matter folks,
when I say
they don't believe that Black Lives
when I say
Matter.
defund the police, I don't mean to
So not necessarily
by any
that.
means because there's
Hey,
crazy
when I
people
served
across
this
the
country,
nation
I served
that are forced to respond to violent crimes. Yes, I'm with that. When I say defund the police, I mean we need to reallocate. I know I'm from Denver. In Denver, the police department takes 1/3 of the taxpayer
I'm not
budget,
here against any
which is
organization.
absurd. And they respond to calls of
You're here to destroy Antifa.
I'm a drug addict on recovery, right? I'm 7 months sober. Thank you. And for me, my privilege, my skin, and my family's money allowed me to get into treatment. Right, absolutely. That's how I was doing powder cocaine. Yeah. So
why are you embarrassed to be or ashamed to have?
I'm not. I'm just acknowledging it. I'm not ashamed. That's what it is. What I'm saying is the fact that I was able to get into a rehabilitation treatment for a year of my life so that I could overcome an addiction. I think that's guaranteed. So
the color of your skin.
I attribute the opportunity for me to get help because there's an astronomical disproportion in the color of people's skin who are living on the streets, who are addicted to drugs, and who do not have the financial ability to get help.
That's not privilege. That's the choices that they made to get into that.
No, I disagree. I understand.
No, this is an important topic.
Yeah.
If you want to talk privilege, I'd love to try to understand why you think the color of my skin is a privilege. I've been homeless. I've been in jail several times. Right. I worked my fucking ass off to get to where I am.
Me too. I hear you. I'm with you, and I do not disagree on that. I struggle. My family doesn't have a lot of money. I fucking worked my goddamn ass into the ground to pay
You're
for
in a better place now because of it. aren't
Right,
you?
exactly.
Because you made the choice to fix the problem.
Absolutely.
Go home!
And I have the resources based, from my perspective, the history. Like if you look at it two-dimensional, if you look at right now, right here, yes, you can't quite see purpose, right? If I look at the long scope of things called generational wealth, the ability, the fact that specifically Black Americans and Americans of color were not able to go to the same colleges 6 years ago, they were not able to vote. That means that they've been underrepresented. 60 years ago. 60 years ago. Means that they've been underrepresented in things like systemic racism, which I'd be happy to do my best to educate, to my best of understanding, right? I understand that we have opposing views on certain topics. I highly disagree with that. Racism, how we're talking about, may be from your perspective. From my perspective, racism isn't a person. Racism to me is systemic. These are laws and structures in place that systemically oppress people of color based on their skin, based on what part of the country they're from.
Can I ask a question? What country on earth has black people that have more wealth, more prosperity, more freedom, more job opportunities, more systems in place to give them ahead of white
I want to
people?
get back to the point. I want to get back to the topic of our discussion that we were talking about earlier.
Name that
the
country.
idea of reallocating funds from the overfunded police department on a local scale. So, like I said, it's one third to the
50
village.
fucking cities burned for 3
You're
weeks.
only getting paid $40,000 a year to start with.
Overfunded.
I'm not saying
more cops. What are you saying?
I'm having a conversation. Please
say
don't
it.
jump in if
What
you don't
is
understand
it?
what I'm talking
We have
about.
a
So what I'm
right.
saying is we slowly reallocate funds from the in my opinion, overfunded police department, which is 1/3 of the Denver's taxpayer money. I don't know about Fort Collins. I don't live here.
Why are you here?
Because last time I heard that people were getting in fights, I came to exercise my Second Amendment right to protect people because I know that the opinion that opposes your opinion.
People shooting. Which people?
Yeah, we're not the ones that start the shit.
I understand. Neither am I. Neither am I. I'm here peacefully. Anyways, right, exactly. We're both here protecting. We're both here protecting our First Amendment, right?
When I got
My
here.
friends are black. I've never met any of you guys, so I just want to stand up and be protected because, from my perspective, the police do not give a fuck about people who are black compared to people who are white. That's what I've seen. That's my perspective. We can agree to disagree. So what I'm saying is defunding of the police, slowly reallocating funds from my perspective, the disproportionate budget to the police department, and put it into public services like drug addicts on the streets getting help, right? Getting them set up to be able to get a job.
I'm a libertarian, so I've got an issue with my funds being allocated to anyone.
Right, okay, so then we can't agree on the fact that there's too much money going
They're the ones
to the
I
police
call when
department
they
who are fucking militarized, right? If you are libertarians,
I'll give you that we should not have a militarized.
right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Or like they respond to crime.
They respond to crime, but they also prevent.
At times, we do need a militarized factor.
Right. We do need an armed police.
We do need a militarized police department.
Yeah.
I think if there aren't so many drug addicts,
See, my name's Mark.
mentally ill, programs. But if you look at the city budget, the first budget line is health and safety, which is like leaps and bounds farther. You know? Obviously, got some stuff going on, so let's get to it. Watch out.
Thank you for your service, sir.
We can see it.
Good video. You should go over where Julius is.
What's going on over there?
That's where their main.
You're not welcome in this fucking country. You don't like it.
Come on, he's gonna fuck me up.
Who is?
Venezuela!
Get out of town.
Jesus loves you guys.
You're backing down.
Right
The fuck out of town.
But they want
Are you about it? Are you about it? Why are you looking at his crotch?
Right.
You guys are starting to violate.
Hey, no, we're just walking you back.
Hey, y'all. Hey,
You guys are the first ones to lay hands on him. Hey,
Hey, what is this guy have?
so more about how we're the terrorists?
We're just
We are walking. Why are y'all the first to
Not
lay
fast
hands?
enough.
Why are y'all the first to violence? Why are y'all the first to violence?
Instead of fighting back, protect each other. Instead of fighting back, protect each other. But this is not protecting each other. You turn and you walk.
Back off.
You walk. You protect each other, but you do not come forward. We will push you back. Protect each other. Do not get yourselves hurt. Do not get yourselves hurt.
Are you threatening us?
I'm helping you. I am helping you. Do not get yourselves fucking piece of shit.
You guys are not prepared for this. You guys are just being escorted out, that's all. Brian, behind you.
Fucking walk.
Bye now. Animal, behind you.
It's all right. He's no threat.
Oh,
He's
no.
absolutely no threat.
Oh, no, I know. Hey, Brian, smile for the camera.
Hey, Animal Outlaw. By the way, fuck Antifa.
Black Lives
Think
Matter.
I'm fucking scared? Ain't no fucking fear in me, bud. Look, I'm so sick and tired of you fucking. What do you keep trying to pull out of your bag, homie? Hey, what do you keep trying to pull out of your bag?
I'm just walking.
I saw you put your hand out. Grab that motherfucker.
I'm not grabbing it.
Don't talk about it. Be about it. Because I will fucking shove that shit down your fucking throat like your daddy did his fucking dick. Now turn around and fucking move.
We're walking.
Fucking claw me.
Hey, man.
And watch how bad I will snap your fucking hand.
Give me 5, 4.
Walk. Just put your hands
We
up.
are walking.
You want to get him, Vina?
Oh, you think you're gonna scare a woman?
Fuck no, I don't care if you're scared or not. I ain't got no fear. Come on. No need to look at them. Just keep walking away. We won't hit you guys.
No lasers today. No frozen bottles of water today. No bots today. Almost. I'm a cheap ass. And they're stronger than camels.
Oh yeah.
You see this?
See, I want a Turkish Royal person myself.
You can roll bang back. Going right up the side of your fucking head. Repeatedly. That's cool. Hurry up. We're walking. Move back. Faster. Faster, bitch. On the lane. Let's move.
This road is
Let's move. Let's move. You're right. That's cool. You guys, everybody, some of you have every right to be on the street. Oh, we are full. I'll tell you right now. I'm not. I'll tell you that right now. And you will always be.
Problem is that they're getting broken into 2 groups now. So you got 3 groups. They're separated. So you got one here. And you got one there. Right?
You guys don't like Hitler, but yet you guys are trying to run his ideologies? What the fuck is that?
Why am I following you? You're a fucking bitch ass piece of shit.
Oh, see, that's not a death
Easy
threat.
to say when you're with your fucking friends.
I'm by my fucking self. All 3 of you guys want to go? Let's go.
You
got all your friends?
Right now. Get dead.
All 3 of you motherfuckers, let's go.
You want to say I'm with all my friends? I'm doing it.
No welfare system.
You know that if you don't back off, eventually somebody's going to get physically assaulted. You back off, and that's far enough, and you guys can like hold the
God, they need to be ran the fuck off. Good thinking.
right. Hold your defensible position, and let them get out of here.
Hey, get away from the crowd.
He's got to pull that fucking weapon out.
Well, how do you like it now?
Pull it out! Goddamn right, you ain't
You are absolutely right.
Pull that motherfucker
Feel like
out.
some commie ass bitch. You know, like Americans. They can go somewhere else. You ain't even fit to be in the ground in this motherfucker.
You boys and girls picked the wrong day. You boys and girls picked the wrong day. Fucking walk.
Hey,
Move! Hurry up! It ain't just words! Oh, it ain't just words! Move! It ain't just words! Do something! Please! It ain't just words! Nothing out on you! I want you! Every last one of these motherfuckers will part ways and let me have you! Which one of you are man enough to fucking stand up? None of them! None of them! Because they come in packs! Covering your fucking face! And they throw rocks! They wear masks! Because they're pussies! They're scared! Oh man, don't do that!
Hey, you're disrespecting a veteran. You just got.
I am a fucking veteran! You're fucking disrespecting veteran with your fucking communist bullshit! You for disrespecting him?
Yeah, you did.
Go to your cars! Where to now? Go to your cars! Where are you guys going? Now? Get to your cars! Where to now? Where's your car at? Car! None of these people have cars. They came in on skateboards. Skateboards in an election. Fucking, where you going? Fucking, where you going? We gotta go. We gotta get Antifa. Fuck out of car.
So why are you standing with Antifa?
I don't want to be the one fucking doing it.
This is the way we fucking came from. This is the way we're fucking going.
Right fucking now.
At what
Get away from
At what point do you put a line and let them leave?
Get the fuck.
They're off into the dirt. Let them run. Let them run off to the dirt.
Be my guest.
From the fucking houses. We're gonna leave.
What?
fucking work right! Bitches, back up.
Everybody keep your hands off your weapons. Keep punching each other in the face. Just don't shoot anybody. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Oh, he's gone.
I got you. Get up. Hey, I'm the only one that saved your fucking ass, dumbass.
Copies, go home. Bye-bye.
Now say I'm
Bye-bye. The kids playing big boys.
Hey, that was a weapon. Hey, get out there. Hands it up, guys. Hey, no weapons, guys. Get out here. Come on. Stop it.
Bye-bye, copies.
Go home, too. Go to school, get a life.
Shithead.
Let's go. Patriots.
Get that flag. You want my hand?
Come on, brother. Come on, I got you.
Okay.
They started.
And they're running over there.
Yeah, how nice of you, dirty commies, to go after a man in a wheelchair. That's real tough of you, bud.
Nobody did? Yeah. What the fuck?
Actually, the man in the wheelchair was trying to stop this.
Yeah. Oh, what the fuck? Holy shit, what a bunch of assholes.
Grab his chair. Chair to him. Hey, play with me. Chair to him. Chair to him. Hey, you with me? What's your name? Fred, you a man with me? Down in wheelchair. How you like that? Yep.
Oh, now they're going after the cops too?
Now they're going after the cops.
You might just be knocked out.
Stand up, okay?
What is that guy?
What target?
Sorry, man.
There they go. Tommy's walking home. Bye-bye. And just like 2 arrests. That's one of the arrestees down over there. Here's the other one.
Yeah. Right here in the corner.
I don't know. They all ran back to their basement.
They're all running back.
Look at this. They just ended up ruining their kid's birthday party.
Is that an Antifa?
It is.
You want it?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
That's going about that office.
Yeah.
Let's see it. Let's see it. What does it say?
I don't know. It doesn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you said it was
he
Antifa.
just. I doubt they have like name brand Antifa anything.
Who sings that song? We'll get in the pit and try to love you.
I don't know.
That's perfect. That was maybe,
Honestly, I thought someone was going to be stupid.
There was one ass that came out, another guy grabbed it. Said, no weapons.
Yeah, dude. And that one idiot pulled his fucking baton out and started hitting him. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Dude, I saw y'all.
You okay, sir? I recognize you from the very beginning. Now, I'm concerned because you were trying to stop a fight. It seemed like you wanted those people to be able to walk away.
Well, yeah, I did. I didn't want people pounding on each other.
Seems like that's what ended up happening anyway.
It does. They were walking that way, and these other folks were making sure they did and giving them the chance to get away.
How'd you fall off your wheelchair,
I
sir?
jumped on
You jumped off of it.
People don't belong fighting. And if the fight didn't get between them, nobody's gonna swing at me.
So you were trying to stop the fight?
Yes.
God bless you, sir. God bless you.
I love watching your shit. Love it. And it's fucked up what happened at the Capitol.
Yeah, right?
Be safe, man.
I keep telling my wife I want to buy a farm. And, I've actually been finding some good land out in like Missouri. I like that they're still 2A, but their land is fairly cheap, relatively speaking. So it all depends. If everything turns to shit, I don't have to.
Well, folks, that was quite an exciting little event, wouldn't you say? The fact is, there are still people in here wearing the emblem of Elijah McClain. You need your own video crew. Unfortunately, I don't know that I can be that guy.
No?
Not today.
So like,
Are you leaving?
No, not yet. Kidding me? Okay, you guys are just gonna have to hold on for a second here. I gotta find my other phone. The old man in the wheelchair jumped off. He was not pepper sprayed. And the man who went in for the assault.
Hey, what happened to your buddies back then?
Which ones?
The whole group you were recording. Your little people that.
I don't know, 90% of them.
Then why are you here filming for?
I'm filming the event. I'm a paid journalist.
Who pays you?
I get checks in the mail all the time.
From who?
From major media as well as Google.
Do you have a press badge?
Do I have a press badge? Do you have a Constitution in the back of your pocket?
I do.
Okay.
But I'm also doing security for this event.
Okay.
Do you have a fucking press badge?
Do you have a Constitution in the back of your pocket? Okay, well, that Constitution is my press pass. And you know that as well as I do,
It's
so.
really not, though.
I get paid, that's what matters.
I see the cops fucking start mobbing down there, and I turn around and come running, and like, I got there just in time to see one of the guy out of the ditch. violence. That's what I know. I was like, over there. I knew the guy that I was. Kind of hard to tell, yeah. But they're gonna act like it's not. I told them the whole
Okay, folks, gonna have to sit for a second.
No, that's a perfect right now. People are all like on their phones now.
So why am I?
That's always tyrants. Fuck Trump. So with that being said, just like you said, just like you said, if people have a perception, they are entitled to have that perception. But afterwards, where it changes, if you have a educational conversation. So when I went to, the first thing I would say when I sat down, which is why I was saying before, is I had a guy come up to the class, and he said, we got two black guys here that don't support police. He said, we have two black guys here that don't support police support. What are you talking about? We don't support what? Because my brother came with one mask. I have a mask. We have two white women there. So then it's no longer a supporting right. What are you talking about? Because it's not at that point. No. Time out. No, I don't say you guys. Don't say you guys. Because no. Don't say BLM. I did. The first thing I did was everybody that was there for Beyond, I said, y'all full of shit. You're not here for the right fucking reason. I said nothing to the other group. Did I or did I not? That's why everybody to the other to anybody. No, and I said nothing. No, you that's why, and that's why I've always shook your hand. And I've been saying that. So when people are getting, so when people see the stories first, and then they got inside my head and said, you are making us about black folks like they should not to do that. Because at the beginning, I showed two white people and me and my brother. My brother has no mask, I have one. I just been wearing it because I took fast off and it's just become a thing now. Because I got a coach and referee and once the whole entire thing. So you understand the whole thing. Because a lot of people have a lot of things to say. No, can I finish? Can I just say that you're putting your video out for a will to make sure to let people know if you don't forgive. Exactly. You know why I said that? Stop. No. Stop. Hey, Louie, you gonna cry again like you did in Denver because you can't handle a little tear gas? No one's doing. Okay, you cried like a wuss. No, I'm not. Go back to Denver. Foco doesn't want you here. You're not here. Okay, so the narrative, and I'm gonna put it plain and simple. And you go every single way. Black people fear for their life. Now, sometimes they place themselves in those situations, and sometimes people are just there. We see that all over. So now, let me finish. Here, listen, don't be quick to respond. Now, when my mom calls me in the middle and says, hey, I saw the article, it was you in the mayor. In case you forgot, Jared Polis is your governor. Who's your governor? Jared Polis. A teenager who's had to find white teenager that says, Black Lives Matter. I don't agree with that. Still shouldn't have people. Yeah, man. We ran you Republicans right out of our state house. Now I go to this situation. And my mom called me one day, and I said, she said, what are you doing? I said, I'm not going to go like that. I'm going to share the show. And I said, I got people video. This is what I got my phone out. Okay. So my mom says in response, in Florida, I want you to film where you're at. I want you to film the individuals that are taking video of you, so I know that you are safe. And if something doesn't happen, we have your link, and because you are prior military, we can link into your phone and pull that video to see where to start. So that's why I said to people, because I went live beforehand, I said, I want to go here because I want to go here for education. And I said, I'm home safe, and I did not go live because I plan not to talk. I did not feel like talking, especially after my brother, who's at that park, with other people who you do not know until 12:30. And nobody wants to say nothing. Now, why did I say I should have to tell you? Now, if you're saying in your video, in your picture, to somebody else took multiple pictures of you sitting on a bench for 30 minutes, times that, getting up for 1 minute, taking pictures, and then post the picture and says, this is what showed up on Wednesday.
Yeah, we had these people across the shoot.
Now, don't get upset.
It was interesting.
No, I know.
It was peaceful. It wasn't like this. There was no, I don't know who this other ninjas were. I don't know what they were doing. He should have, I don't know. I'm trying to, not fighting, I was just trying to back out over here.
The world star. That's all I needed.
I know, seriously, like it's real wild. But wait, so you did help people? I just want to make sure they walked up there. Seriously.
I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know what that is. They were there to get information about the laws pertaining to
Then my brother says, that's crazy. Why would he say that about us? I said,
We're not laying down. Bring a baby. Oh, it's like they were trying to
We're gonna get this other shot over here. Here these guys are. What are they doing down there?
They're getting ready for a group down there. There's more around the corner. That's actually.
How do you know they're Antifa?
Because one of them even said he was Antifa.
I was just curious if there's like some badge or something they got on to identify him.
No. You can tell that. One with the green backpack right there.
Green backpack.
Green
vest?
Yeah, green vest, and the one with the black and white. They were over there with the protesters a little bit ago.
What'd you think of that fight that happened over there?
I didn't see it. I missed it?
Yeah, you know, they wouldn't let them leave. It was really like they were trying to back out and back out. They got like 2 blocks. They walked them all the way down a dirt trail and jumped a couple of them.
That's how things are. The younger generation has to understand this is not a third world nation. I grew up in South, over in the southern Saudi Arabia and all those other countries. I've seen what third world nations are. This is one of the greatest nations to be in.
Yes, it is. It is one of the greatest nations to be in. I think a lot of people have a lot of pain right now. can't even get into church to talk, confess about it. You know what I mean?
Oh, I just lost my job. Come on.
What were you doing?
Railroad. A lot of us lost our jobs. Everybody from my department lost their jobs.
We
He's a welder. He lost his job.
welder?
Yeah.
Figure there's always work for a welder.
Nope. They're laying off all across the nation. I think
Damn.
there's only 5 people in this company's left. We had hundreds of people.
Yeah, my buddy and I, we put people to work sewing masks. I don't think she has a clue.
No, I don't think she has a clue either.
Not too many shade trees over here.
Not many.
About the only shade tree left. You guys gonna march? I planned march today too. Just a rally.
It's we're just doing a rally here. I mean, who knows who will show up to protest us and do a march? You never know.
Seems pretty thin. There was a college protest earlier, but they didn't seem to come out here.
No. Oh, over at college.
Yeah, they got us on different types of calls from Stringer and stuff.
Yeah.
Keeps you knowledgeable. But that old man, he had some balls jumping into the melee like that to stop the fight. That old man in the wheelchair, he had some balls to jump out of his wheelchair and try to stop them from fighting.
Oh, I missed that one. Yeah, so he's an old vet.
Yeah. I said, so how'd you end up in the vial? He said, I jumped in. Ain't nobody gonna hit me.
No.
So, is that purple is supposed to just a different shade of blue?
It's probably just a different shade of blue.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The
I've seen
purple-
this one with
yeah,
green too.
Yeah, there's no, blue is police, red is for fire department, purple is for security guards, and then there's green. I don't remember who green is for. That might be for like the ambulance guys.
What about red?
Fire. Pretty sure.
It's hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's where the college kids are. I'll check that out later. get any water?
We are out. It's just ice. We have a lot of ice.
There might be a drink. There's beer up there.
Okay, thank you. How's it going? Doing all right.
No, thank you. Tell your son I'm sorry.
Get out now.
We're all here to respect the law. Hey! Give me my phone back! Give me my. I'm not taking your picture. Hey!
Hey! Give her the phone! Give her the phone!
Fucking touch me! You don't steal my
You
phone.
don't take my
She just stole the phone! Hey, as long as no one's stealing it! She just stole the phone! She just stole the phone! She stole the phone!
Yo, we're all here legally. We're all here legally.
Okay!
We're all here legally. Where's Sam at? Get out of the fucking room.
I don't want them this way. I don't want to make any sudden movements around you guys.
You guys push us into the street. You push us I do. I'm just, dude. We're all here peacefully, bro. You're not trying to push us. Don't put your hands on my phone again. I'm not shutting down. If you don't want to be filmed, wear a mask. Good luck with the police. All right, that's fine. It's your day. You guys are all right. It's fine. Keep on moving.
How'd you feel away here? We're gonna go back to the sidewalk. I go to the sidewalk. This dude's looking like he's. I'm trying to get to the sidewalk.
Well, yeah, you guys have a block.
Yeah, are you sure? Yes, dude? All right, thank you. Thank you. Hey, thank you, sir. Keep on going.
Thank you. One love. We got more to agree upon than we do to disagree upon.
Really? I think you'd be surprised. We have way more fun than we think. Do we? I really think we will, man. We disagree maybe on this, but I feel like if we really sat down and
Simple practice. We are support the police.
and you guys are here to interrupt. And when we try to do these things, you guys come and interrupt them. When you guys have your little things and burn buildings and stuff,
We don't burn buildings. That movement that you're following knows
That
the
does.
organization. You're those people do who are angry because they're being murdered by the police department.
they are not false statistics propagated by the media.
murdered by the police. How many police are murdered every year? How many? A lot more police are murdered than
54. George Floyd died of fentanyl in the system. That's how they didn't kill him. You guys are gonna have a shit with that. It might help, but if you wasn't on drugs in the first place, you wouldn't have been in the
That doesn't mean he deserves to die. I'm a drug addict. I'm sober now. Thank
died
God.
because the fentanyl
Drugs killed him before the knee did.
That's why he died.
And because of police intervention.
Put this down. It looks like maybe
There's
people are
more
uncomfortable.
than
I don't want you to
one
think I'm like crazy.
Don't you think it's weird that you guys take a knee to protest somebody who died by a knee being taken?
I don't take a knee for anyone.
Well, I appreciate that,
Personally.
but
Yeah.
Don't
That's
you
all
think
I'm saying. It's like
don't
you
you think
guys.
that's the wrong
I try not to
message?
say you guys because I'm an individual.
People
This
were
is my
taking a
friend,
knee
we're
for a long
individuals.
time and losing their jobs over it.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
well, yeah, but when you take a knee for the anthem, man, like you're an asshole. You
I
should be
believe
fine.
that coronavirus is real. We can agree to disagree.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's okay. That's another part.
COVID's made up. Yeah.
But just out of respect for everyone, I'm like, if I can, I will, because it ain't that bad.
Both of you kids are heroes. I haven't done shit.
It's like 3 days of uncomfortable.
Like,
Like
I don't
that's what I heard from a friend who had COVID. So
I've heard that from a friend who has, but I also have a friend who died from it, so it's like. But that, if you don't know, I'd rather err on the side of caution.
yeah, but that could be anything. I mean, you could die from.
You wouldn't even be here because these people would beat your ass. Seriously.
Well, I wouldn't be here because I protest against the police. I go where they are.
So it's against all police or just the bad ones?
So
The police are here every day.
Because if,
So the
because
way-
I'm just curious. Because
Yeah.
if that's your stance, so why not protest against like the bad
If they were
doctors?
here,
Instead of all
So my stance is I had a couple great conversations with Jeffco Police Department and Arapahoe Police Department, right? And the gentlemen that I talked to were very respectful, eye-to-eye conversations, you know, like good human beings, right? We make eye contact, talk about it. They joined the department to uphold the law and protect Americans, which I fucking support. And my issue specifically with APD is the way that they tear gassed us when we were peacefully demonstrating, and the fact that they killed them.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and
paramedics-
say if they gassed you, you probably weren't peacefully protesting.
I have footage of it. I do.
I'm sure there was one instigator in the group that decided to get rowdy. That's probably why you got gassed.
Right, but so my take on good and bad police is the
You're participating in that, and you're a co-conspirator.
no. Well, what happened? What happened on the 25th? What happened on the 25th is we got gassed and shot at with completely peaceful. I have footage.
No, you don't. You don't have
Yeah,
footage.
yeah,
I do.
but then
Anyway,
you
so
okay, go on.
I
Guys
digress.
are coughing and shitting.
So my personal opinion, right? We can agree to disagree. I'm here peacefully, bro. But the way I see things is, if I see wrong in my profession, my coworker fucks up, I'm gonna be like, yo, dog, you can't do that. Like, you need to do better. Or if you keep doing it, I'm gonna fucking talk to our boss. We're gonna have a conversation because that reflects poorly on me, and you're not doing your job right. The unfortunate circumstance with the police departments that I see right now is because of the unionization. I know cops who have spoken up and they've been fired from the departments, and they're not allowed to work in a police force again. And so that I do not condone.
But that's the other side of the shit. The other side you don't see, because I have family and friends that are involved.
I have friends,
So,
but yeah.
trust me, the guys that I know, especially the guys with any kind of seniority and been in the job for a while, they're not afraid to freaking rat out a guy if he's dirty.
Right.
Because they're going to keep their job, so you're only seeing one side of the argument. You're not seeing the side of, hey, yeah, it sucks because you see one side of it, but bad cops often are, even more now. There's more oversight now. They are held accountable. You know how many freaking cops are sitting in prison in jail right now because they were dirty and should be there in the first place? It's a lot, man. And they all do
It could be a lot more.
well, it's not a perfect
I see
world,
your point
but
of view. I do.
if you can argue that about police, if you can argue that about police, you should be arguing about doctors and teachers and everybody else.
Yes.
No, the police are the ones that get the shit out of the deal.
Right, because nobody else is having the law behind them to disproportionately kill Black Americans.
Oh Jesus, really? You're from okay. All right.
I mean, that's how I see it. That's how I see it, bro. And I respect your viewpoint.
I'm not sure what indoctrination facility you want to, but that is the narrative that's being driven.
What's your narrative then? Because if I have a narrative, you have a narrative.
If you look at FBI stats, actual crime stats.
Yes, FBI stats is in 2018, the police force across the United States killed 1,008 American citizens. Out of those, 38% were black. 9% of U.S. citizens are black. That's disproportionate.
Okay, here's another number for you. Of that number, did you know that black people are actually a smaller percentage of the U.S. population, but disproportionately commit a higher number of crimes?
No, they do not.
Yes, they do.
White Americans commit crimes by 56%, black Americans by like 57 or 58. So it's literally hand in hand. Also, from my perspective, if you look at it from like a deeper sense, right, instead of just two-dimensional, we're not trying to infiltrate you. I'm not trying to silence you, bro. Yeah, that's my First Amendment right. I respect your right. I'm not from this area. Please don't take my phone. This shit's expensive. I
wasn't going to break it. I was just going to,
And they're saying what they believe in.
I'm not. Don't worry. I'm not.
Did you hear what I told him?
No.
Go ride with a police officer. Go see what a police officer goes through every day. I live the life. I know what it is. Go ride with a police officer. See what they do every single day of their life.
I see that there are good individuals in the police force, and I see there are bad individuals in the police
No,
force.
they are mostly good. There's very few that
Then
are bad.
why is there excessive videos of excessive force being brought up at an astronomical rate right now across the entire United States of
Because they
America?
only show a little clip of what happened. They don't show what brought that. Because you want me to tell you something right now? My son is under the worst injustice by the police department, and I'm out here because it's not all police. There's a certain percentage, but so for me to be out here is like a big thing because I can just see the anger and hate against police.
I don't hate police.
Yeah.
I don't hate the police in general.
What are you doing with all this?
This is Black Lives Matter. I believe that a person with black skin's life matters.
Yeah, but that's not what they stand for.
Period.
That's not what they stand for, though.
Black Lives Matter is a statement.
No, go on their website and see what they stand for. They don't stand for just black lives.
They stand for reallocating cities' investments in police forces into public institutions that will help prevent crime in the long term. Instead of just putting people in jail, have you looked at the privatized industrial prison system?
You went on their website? Have you read on their Reddit? No, they don't. They're hurting black people.
And who does? Who does?
Black Lives Matter.
He said he helped blacks more than fucking. What has he done?
What has he done? What has he done racist? What do you have against racism with Trump? What has he done? Yeah, what has he done?
He criminalizes black men and women. He criminalizes people peacefully protesting for their First Amendment right. Because from the way that we see, people are being killed disproportionately.
What about Biden? What about Biden? He gave
Biden's a dumb fuck too. So is Trump.
He's specifically racist. He gave a eulogy at the KKK guy.
I'm not aware of
Trump
that.
hasn't done that. Go online. I just saw it. He gave a eulogy.
What I stand for is that abolish the two-party system.
Well,
Right? Popular vote.
Constitution, though.
Democrats and Republicans, the two fucking teams that go against each other. I think that's bullshit.
What about our Constitution?
I think we should get.
Councilman
Good. How you doing?
Pretty good.
You having a good day?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What does this mean to you today?
Just showing support for our police. You know, they get hated on too much.
And what?
Our police get hated on too much. Same with the military and stuff. So.
Back to blue next time.
Okay. Oh yeah, isn't this beautiful?
That thing's nice.
Yeah. One of my viewers brought it to me. They keep an eye on the work that I do, and it's like, yeah. So
That thing makes things a lot easier.
it does. This is new to me, and I don't understand this.
So this is like police, military, and fire. It just shows symbolism for all three.
So as a scout, I was taught never to deface the American flag. Do you find this to be any defacing at all?
I mean, it can be argued that it is, but I don't necessarily see it as defacing. I see it
Okay.
as showing support for people who support
Gotcha. I mean, I got the blue line, right? You know, like guys getting shot on duty. They're trying to make a stand. Put the thing on their name tags and stuff. And I mean, pretty soon we're just gonna have another rainbow flag.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've seen where it's rainbow, and that I'd consider defacing, but this actually has meaning behind it. It's like,
This is what God calls us to do.
This is what?
What God calls us to do, to stand up for what's right and what's true, and it just
Okay.
comes down to obviously not every in any career there's going to be bad people.
oh
Yeah.
Once you get to bad people, the problem in society today with media is that things get played over and over and over. The truth is that on Black Lives, the numbers way down from what it was years ago.
The what?
And that's not me saying this. This guy came on who was black and said, I've done the statistics, and it says they're way down from
What kind of statistics?
I forget if it was.
Like, are you talking about like black on black crime? Are you talking about the black population that's incarcerated that in the United States, that population is down? I don't know what the statistics are.
No. What I'm talking about is police violence on black.
Oh, the police violence on black people is down.
Yes.
So they're just beating more white people now.
Well, I could send you a video if you want to give me your information.
Yeah.
That shows you all of the instances of where the same thing that happened to George down this white guy's neck. He died from it. And if you ever hear it on the media, of course not, because it doesn't play into their agenda of what it is.
So wait, you're telling me that a lot of white people are getting killed by cops too?
How many black people were killed this year?
I don't know.
A handful? I don't know the number.
I'll be honest, like I don't follow the statistics and stuff, but what I hear you telling me as a journalist is that there's a lot of people who are not black who are being abused.
There is, but it's just not shown.
It's not shown.
It's not claimed into the media because it doesn't fit the agenda.
So whose agenda? What agenda?
CNN, the regular channels, which are also owned by those billionaires that have their leftist agenda.
That's cool. Yeah.
It's everything's agenda, and of course, like CNN it's a big money making machine. And how do you get money? You create these.
Well, it's a global news network, right?
Exactly. Well, let me make sure you know that I support and have. I'm not going to say 50 bad friends. I can't say that I know them all personally, but we're on Facebook and talking all the time, and I've had friends personally here. So this isn't against black people. It's just I believe Black Lives Matter, and I believe any cop that does anything bad should be, obviously prosecuted to the fullest extent.
Any cop that does anything bad should be prosecuted to the full extent.
Yes. I believe that. But when you have these groups, Black Lives Matter and Tifa, that are supported by different groups, I just don't support that.
So is that George Soros funding them? That
Soros, Clinton, just
Clinton Foundation, yeah, they definitely. What about Organizing for America? Are they still involved?
I don't know. I haven't heard of that, but yeah, so it's like I think everybody, or most people, I should say everybody, but most people do support black people. but they don't get support. Going around and, you know, and some of the stuff is sad. Well, it's like with the Capitol.
I didn't see any black people here today.
No. I did.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's something I noticed. There's no black people here today.
I don't know why that is. I mean,
Are there black people in Fort Collins? Are there black people in Fort Collins?
I don't live here, but you know, it's a college town. I don't know why there won't be more, because I see people online all the time that are blacks that are conservative and support, and they're against Black Lives Matter and against, you know, there's, you know, of course there's perspectives on everybody's side, and it's, you know, and there's corruptor on everybody's side. I'm not saying that our side's perfect, and you know, their side's completely trashed.
What is your faith walk? Talk to me about this, because I've been struggling with this in my faith walk. I've been struggling with all of this process that's been going on this summer. It's like, it feels like it's been like 3 months now, right? So this has been going on, or it's into its third month.
With the protests?
With the protests, with the riots and the tear gas and the assaults going on, with the homeless in Denver being on every street corner.
Yeah.
Right? So,
I'm for the homeless.
huh?
I'm for the homeless.
For the homeless. So how do these things tie together in your mind?
Well, I mean, obviously, you know, it's pretty obvious when you go get a degree in counseling, something to care for people in the States wants to pay you $12 an hour after you've had to get a master's degree. You know, unless you go start your own.
Okay, so I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Okay, so let's work on this here, because I like this argument. So, a master's degree, somebody with an education. I have a bachelor's degree. I'm still paying student loans. I couldn't afford to go get a master's, right?
Yeah.
Just it wasn't financially feasible for me to be that in debt.
Yeah.
So what do our peace officers make? 30, 40 an hour? Do they have a master's degree in sociology and psychology?
Probably not.
Do you think that for the calls, there's a lot of people who probably having shit going fucked up in their head, right? And they're calling on a cop to come out. They probably need a counselor or a shrink. So what if the city paid for people that were calling 911 to have a shrink go to their house instead of a police officer?
Well, did you depending on the situation, you probably still need somebody who is an officer who could subdue somebody if they're going to try to attack you. Because you don't know you don't know what you're walking into. If it's somebody with mental health that's off their psychotropic meds, that could be a very dangerous situation. See, because I'm in the counseling, and going there with, I don't have a problem with counseling, because when you're picking people up the street and you're doing psychological tests, I guess that might do some of it, but you could train somebody to do, I worked for IBM for 20 some years, you could train somebody to go out and do the job, but you can't train them to get along with people and be good with customers. You know,
Okay. So let's see with this. So you're a brain counselor. What if you had a medical professional that is trained to de-escalate situations, that is trained in the use of nonviolent methodologies, and there were two of you? Would that be?
I guess a possibility. I did work in some group homes where we had to go hands-on with the kids, because these kids were so extremely violent they couldn't be in regular hospitals. We're talking about kids that would put one of the girls through a 12-foot store front window on Main Street. We're talking about girls went through a solid big old door to get down to basically get after people.
And that probably affects you in your heart of hearts as a man of faith.
Well, the one girl, the reason why she was so bad off is that her parents had tried to sacrifice her in a cult, in the satanic occult, and would rip her toenails off and do other major.
Well, that's some pretty screwed up stuff.
Yeah, pretty. So, it's no wonder that the kids are messed up. The problem with society, in my opinion, is we throw too many meds at people. And meds have their place. I'm not saying totally not. I mean, you know, of course, if somebody's so violent, you need to sub down so they don't hurt themselves or somebody else. Okay, fine. But, like when I was in that home, it's just a crapshoot. They throw these meds at these kids, and they're always bearing up or down because they don't know.
So if meds aren't the solution, I'm guessing then that conversations, working out the problems inside the brain is the process that's required to get somebody to figure their pathway.
What happens is when these kids are young, they're trying, whether it's sexual abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, whatever it is, and they're never given the support, or they just clam up. They haven't shown you this.
So I think I'm trying to tie some of this together because I don't know what it's like in Fort Collins.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing that the city of Fort Collins isn't paying for $30 an hour for a medical professional or $30 an hour for a social worker to go out and de-escalate a situation for somebody who's having a mental health crisis.
$100 an hour for a counselor, some of these counselors charge.
But they're sending 2 to 6 police officers at the same hourly wage to deal with that situation. Yeah?
And it depends on the problem. I mean,
now, are you fairly fiscally conservative? Did I just describe to you a financial situation that sounds financially conservative? To have 2 people who are trained to deal with a person, do the jobs that they're trained to do, versus people who do not have master's degrees in psychology and medical experiences, but who are paid the kind of wages that we should pay those social workers and medical professionals. And they'll go out 2 to 6 deep when we could take care of it with 2 deep.
I think no matter what, unless you're teaching these medical or counselor professionals how to deal with taking somebody down before they take somebody else down or kill them if they have a knife in their hand. Medical professionals not going to be able to deal with that, of course. Or if somebody
Wait. Why would a person who is trained to run into a scene where shots are fired and stop the bleeding, maybe even remove a bullet from you, not have the physical or mental fortitude to disarm somebody who has a non-lethal weapon on them?
Well, no offense, but I don't think you understand how dangerous the knife is.
I'm talking about the idea that a medical professional might have to deal with somebody with a knife. But I think they could be trained to use a taser, right? That's a less lethal weapon that a medical professional could use to disarm somebody who has a knife on them in a mental health condition.
And I hear what you're saying, but I'd have to look at the percentage. But tasers are not reliable. Tasers don't work on everyone. Tasers don't, just for whatever reason, they're not. And when they work, great. They're the perfect thing. And it should be that non-lethal, of course, something like you should be used if at all possible. But it's not a, and I gotta be honest with you, I've run along with a lot of cops and I have police in my family, and the problem with police is, especially in some of these situations like, say, Chicago and other places where there's these huge populations of people with poverty and that don't respect authority, maybe don't have a father in their life. I think that's the big key thing here. Don't have direction, out with the wrong people. I mean, it happens. Mom's working 2 jobs to support, so there's nobody at home to make sure the kid makes the right decisions, and they end up, just with a non-societal attitude. And with this attitude, and the cops taking it every day and having it, they're only human. Right or wrong, they're going to end up mocking or not caring for people because of what they do, how they treat them every day, and then it goes to the other direction. And that comes back to your point of having counselors, but even counselors are human. They get treated a certain way.
But here's my point, and I agree with you that Chicago has its problems. I'm a Denver resident, okay? I can't get a drink of water in my city without paying for it. I can't take a piss.
They don't let you into the 7-Elevens or the restaurants.
Pre-COVID or post-COVID?
Or anytime.
Do you know that I went to 3 breweries to fill my gallon jug of beer in Fort Collins? None of them would sell me buy a brand new glass bottle. What the idea of having my own damn glass bottle is that it's clean and you can run it through your sanitizer and then fill it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay?
That's wrong.
So because I go by Faith Walk, okay? And I don't like to use disposable products if I can avoid it.
Sure.
Okay?
Sure.
But my Faith Walk tells me that as much as the situation is that there is in Denver right now people who are living in the streets, I agree that the police are traumatized. They're exhausted from these experiences because they're not trained for them, and that's not their job, right? I honestly think that if a person who is off their rocker, mentally unstable, they are it's a death sentence for them to be living on the street. And as a man of faith, I cannot accept that people would live on the sidewalks. Right? I walk the streets of Denver, hundreds of vacancy signs, rooms for rent. Right?
Yeah, all these vacancies, I've always thought that myself, all these vacancies, if people had more of a heart, move people in, but I think the thing with moving people in is the people that are addicted, if you don't get them help or if they don't want help.
Addicted. But here's the deal. How much disability insurance do you have?
I'm not working now, so no.
You're not working. But when you were working, you had disability to protect your paycheck in case you're going to lose it. Life insurance to make sure that you can be buried. All these financial expenses and liabilities, right?
Yep.
So I used to sell insurance. The reason I sold disability insurance and life insurance is 100% of people are going to die eventually. And when it comes to disability, 80% of Americans are 2 paychecks away from making a decision to pay for their bills or to pay for their housing, right? So if you're 4 weeks away from having a decision, do I pay for a roof over my head or my car insurance, my gas payment or my car payment and things like that, then you're gonna have to find a balance, right? And since I'm supposed to walk in faith, then I have to say that there's a breakdown in the system, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Right? And so if the police officer and the firefighter, sorry, I'll let you go. Okay. And what was the third one on the back of the board?
It was police, fire, and medical, or military, or something. Was it military, police?
Okay. So if those 3 colors matter, the blue line, the red line, the green line, in our society today, then the faith line should matter.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
On the top. Yeah.
And since Jesus was a black man,
Absolutely.
then black lives have to matter.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's where I'm finding the discord in all this, right?
All lives matter. All lives
Well, but if all lives matter, then I have to walk by my faith, and my Jesus historically was black. So that means that I have to start with the fact that my Jesus isn't happy with the fact that the master's degree social worker and medical worker don't have a chance to help the person who is 2 paychecks away from making a decision whether they have to live on the street and do drugs because the cops are telling them to do drugs. I have that on video in Denver, right? Go do meth, you can't sleep here, right? So I know that that's not that way in Fort Collins, but I know that Fort Collins provides for all of its homeless and that there's plenty and abundance of low-income housing, right? Because I can see it, right? There's not a homeless person around. Everybody's housed.
Have you heard of an organization in Boulder? It's called Stand Up for Kids. Now, they only cover kids up until like their early 20s.
Okay.
So it's not, unfortunately, it's not for the older ones.
Yeah, yeah.
But what they'll do is if a homeless kid comes in, they'll give them a place to stay. They'll give them clothes to get an interview in. They'll give them, help them make the resume, all that to get on their own feet. So, I mean,
yeah, and no, we definitely need people to get back on their feet, and we need to get on our feet over and over again. But I'm old enough to remember that people who had permanent mental health conditions, like they were housed and they were fed and they're given medical care and treatment. And I am American to remember that we're supposed to have an emergency shelter. It's not a permanent residency, right? And so when I find, and again, I don't know what it's like in Fort Collins, but as a Denver resident, when I find that my mayor is line iteming trash, shitters for people, they're tearing down the water fountains instead of fixing them when they get broken. They're taking them out. There's no place for water. Then I have to ask, where is my Jesus in all of this? And is my Jesus making America great? Is my Jesus backing the blue today? Or is he saying, if we don't fix these things that are causing people to cry out so loudly that they come out, 20-1? Those people came out today? 20-1, maybe 50-1, right? And their passion and their hearts are still there. That if the conversations aren't being engaged in, and we're not starting to think about what is this really that we're looking at, because my brother is a Leo, or brother-in-law, right? My father was for, 10, 15 years, something like that. It's different now.
Yeah.
And the way we're designing the system is different. And it's getting tighter. Well, it might be Revelations, we don't know. But your family is calling for you to go home on this weekend. So have a blessed day. And I seriously, I'm going to stand by what I say. I have a hard time thinking that if the line doesn't include the faith line of a black Jesus, then those other colors are getting obscured.
Yeah. No, I believe. So where do you?
I'm Cut the Plastic. I'm a YouTuber.
YouTube?
Cut the Plastic.
Cut the Plastic?
Yep.
Okay.
Have a good day. Wow, what do you guys think of that argument, huh? Was it a good one? Interview the guy with the grenades. Where's the guy with the grenades? I think this lady's pressed. Oh, they're talking. Look at this shit. See, they're breaking it down. Yes.
Hi, my name is Serena. I'm a reporter with the CSU Collegiate.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Um,
Just a butterfly won't hurt you.
It's just moving away. Would I be able to interview you about the event today?
Sure.
Yeah. Could I have would you be okay being on record with
Yeah,
your
that's
first and
fine.
last name? Okay. Could I Could you have spell that out for me?
So it's Brian Loma, Loma,
And Brian with an
Brian.
Okay, great.
And I am doing this interview as I live stream from YouTube on the channel Cut the Plastic.
Okay, great. So how long have you been here?
Today I've been here since about an hour and a half, it looks like, according to the live stream.
And what brought you here today?
So I started at a rally that I heard was being held at your school in regards to Black Lives Matter, and that there was a secondary counteraction happening afterwards with the Blue Lives Matter rally, and that it was possible some of the protesters were going to show up from the Black Lives Matter and come to the Blue Lives Matter rally.
And what have you seen so far today? I had someone tell me that there were a lot of people fighting.
So my understanding is there were 3 arrests, 2 fights, and in at least one of the incidents which I caught live, the perpetrator who was here for the Blue Lives rally of a direct physical unprovoked assault was not arrested. I have not heard that person has been arrested or seen that to date.
And what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's quite disgusting. I value that, these people want to have a rally and they want to hold the line. But what I saw was women and as well as some gentlemen being pushed not only off the sidewalk into the street, and then basically chased for 2 blocks into a trail for a public dirt trail.
Do you know which direction that was?
It was 2 blocks that way.
Okay.
There was a neighborhood birthday party happening at the time, and some of the security and organizers said block them from going in this direction because of the party and the festival. Then they went into the dirt area where a melee occurred.
And could you judge how long the police response to that was?
Oh, it was probably 2 to 3 minutes. Well, I mean, from point A, when I started picking it up to there was probably 4 or 5, and then into the grass was probably 2 minutes before everything. I mean, it was quick.
Okay. Did the police say anything to the people being arrested?
No, I did not understand that they were interviewing people or giving statements as to why they were under arrest at all. There were people that were trying to leave, and again, it was exclusively the people that were in Black Bloc or came, that might be from the Black Lives Matter that were arrested.
And if I find your live stream on your YouTube, would you be okay if I embed it in my story and give you credit?
Of course, and you'll know the timestamp. It was fairly early in the event. Things have chilled out. What's interesting to me is that these people are actually sitting down and having conversations, and these conversations with this black leader here from Fort Collins is possibly the only African American gentleman on scene. There's been a lot of conversations that are happening, and it's not just a fight. And I think that in America today, in this day and age, we have to learn how to get back to the place where people can talk to one another, because even with COVID locking people up for 3-4 months at a time, that's something that it feels like a lot of America has lost touch with.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And you can hit me on the Gmail.
Okay.
Same name, Cut the Plastic at Gmail.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. How you doing today? I'm well, thank you. You one of the organizers here?
No, I just showed up and I just went and hung out with some of the yellow to see what their views were.
How do you feel about your conversation with them?
Oh, it's amazing. I just went over there and I just want to say hi to you guys, and I want to understand what you are here for.
So you heard me make the comment about conversing.
Yeah, and I said, I'll tell you I'm here 100% to support the police. I said, yes, there are bad ones. Absolutely. I'm not I'm not going to deny that at all, because I think most of them are good. And then they went on to commit their stand for it, and I said, I was looking at him, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm looking at my own kids standing here. So I gave him hugs. And then we started talking about showing him my son's guitar and letting out the Fort Collins to get my son to get him a guitar. And she's like, oh, what is it? And I was like, oh, it's an 8th string or something. And talked about my daughter's wedding. And
Sorry, the Patriots were looking to close up on that.
okay.
That way, nobody's left here.
Yeah, we're getting
If you stay after 5:30.
Yeah, okay.
As press, I came by myself.
Yes, sir.
And I'll leave by myself.
Yes, I'm not telling you to
No,
leave.
no, you're good. Yeah.
I'm informing people that
This is the game plan you're rolling out together.
we're rolling out together so that nobody's caught along.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's important. I appreciate you.
All right.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day.
You too.
No, and then they gave me some water and put it on.
Yeah. So
We did get into a little disagreement over American-made cars, though.
okay, American-made cars, one thing.
We were both talking about how much I used to have a Jeep and they had Jeeps, and then he's like, I said, now I'm on the luxury end of it. I want the rear view, all that fun stuff. And he's like, and he started laughing. He's like, let me guess, where do you? And I was like, it's Volkswagen.
Oh yeah,
We
well,
laughed.
good cars, right? I mean, I drive a Kia. I'm pretty sure it's made in America, but
But once again, it's okay to have different, and that's what we all four of us agreed on.
so what did you agree on in regards to what the roles of police officers are?
That they're here to protect the people. Actually, you know, we really, to be honest with you, we really didn't get into that. We got more into we're all the same.
Okay.
You cut us. That's what we focus on.
I had a
Yeah.
conversation with a guy who turns out is a shrink or a medical doc, clinical head doctor, whatever. And I got to tell you, my one of the things that I've talked with a lot of people about is the idea that peace officers are supposed to keep the peace. Okay, and when they are shrinks, medical professionals, counselors, bankers, landlords, housekeepers.
Be safe, guys.
Yes, you too. It was a nice conversation we
nice
had
talking
earlier. I
to you,
really
you know.
appreciate the concern.
We both love Jeeps, but I went down the Atlas Road, dude.
Yeah, Jeeps,
Hey, buddy.
it's basically just empty every pocket.
Hey,
That's what it
buddy.
stands for.
I'm a lot older now, so I'm kind of like.
You're like, I just want that luxury, that nice.
Exactly. I drove my Jeep forever, and then I got pregnant, and like my mom's like, I don't need my kid. Get a real vehicle. I was like,
But BMW is German engineering. German engineering is so like wonky. You got like, I swear, you gotta search up the diagram of how the like.
You're right.
Just
I agree with
suspension.
you. I agree with you, but I'm gonna keep fighting her.
So I want to hit on this because the guy that I was talking about how somebody coming out of college with a master's degree. You might appreciate this, sir, as well. Think about this conversation. Master's degree, $12 an hour they're being asked for, right? But we just named 5-6 jobs for a police officer. Where in our conversations are people talking about taking some of those titles and paying people to do that work and taking the job of breaking and entering and raping with people and dealing methamphetamines and making those the kinds of things that are the responsibility, and that maybe if you are a peace officer with a badge of the gun, your job isn't to be the shrink, it's not to be the garbage man picking up people's trash or things like that. And is our society effectively balancing those things out?
That makes a lot of sense. Like I said, talking with him, we pretty much were more talking about we all believe the same. We just need to get along. That's what we were more focused on. Because we were talking about how there's so much division. Like, people see them in the black right away. They're like, cock and loaded. And it's like, that's why I'm like, I just want to know this is what I'm here for. What are you here for?
Yeah.
And then I just said I grew up pretty much. It was more blacks than me. I was a few whites. And I didn't see any difference. I never did. So my mind still can't comprehend. Because to me, totally Black Lives Matter. Puerto Rican Lives Matter. Makes everybody.
Did Jesus matter? Well, you know what color Jesus was.
I don't know.
If you look at the historical pigmentation of the peoples, the Anglo-Saxons didn't get conquered by the Holy Roman Empire till way after the time frame in which Christ and his family and his lineage existed, right?
But you know what, with that, for me, I'm a Jesus follower. I don't see him as a color. I see him as an amazing presence. If you
I value that. In my faith walk, I have learned to think that when I sit at the gates and I talk and I have to say, I did the best that I knew how. In my brain, I'm prepared to talk to a Black person.
Okay. And I think too, like, that can go along with how all of us are going to imagine the other side's going to be.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hoping it's going to be this huge ocean.
Well,
And then I'm going to spend the rest of eternity being a marine biologist.
Nice.
Because that's what I wanted to be, but I had to raise my brothers and sisters.
Well, you're doing your part. You're keeping your sustainable consumption in practices.
But see, that's what it's like everybody's going to have a different thing. I don't really see him as a color. I see him as this, like, the beauty of the world. I mean, he's going to be
like an energy or like an entity,
exactly,
basically.
because he's everywhere. So I'm not going to be like, get to the gates and go, oh, he's black. Oh, he's white. Oh, he's got freckles. It's not
so
gonna,
maybe not, but
scared if he's Chinese.
for me, I've had to use that in conversation because it disarms and it helps us to see where we might have more bias than others or less bias than others, right? I was out here earlier, and in addition to blue line flags, I've seen green and red line flags, and I've seen all lives matter, right? And I feel that a lot of that is putting barriers and anger and roadblocks in our heads, right? And so for me, when I see those things and I hear those things and somebody says, well, this is led by God, I am able to say, is that your black God, right? And have somebody ask themselves that, maybe not, right? And then we can take away more of the hate, more of that's dividing, and actually look at what the real issue is. Because what I think I've been recording for the last 6 months or more in the neighborhoods is that there's been a systemic issue, a boot, right? That the knee in the neck of George Floyd or any white person that's been killed by a police officer or a black person, whatever, it triggered, okay? It finally, there's plenty of kindling there for fire to happen. In the city and county of Denver, it wasn't black people that were burning cars, right? It was the white angry people who were doing it, okay? So there's a lot of, thank you. You take a little bit more, take half, okay. There's a problem with the system because people see it as broken, right? Why are you mad at police officers? Well, they're always picking on the homeless. They're always doing this and doing that. How much of that is actually supposed to be in their job description, right? Because I know a Leo that let the homeless sleep in the lobby of his police department all night, right? Till they kept getting drunk and locking themselves in the bathroom and fucking it up. But people have issues, okay? Right? If I had a house to live in and I kept getting drunk and falling asleep in the bathroom, guess what? It's my house. Right? So, not all the solutions are going to happen overnight, but I think that the process of what happened here today doesn't show the hands and feet of Jesus, saying that we, the community of Fort Collins, are loving on our peace officers and on people in our community who don't see the same as us. But maybe when you take the time to converse with them, as you learned today, probably have a lot of like. And
you know what, too, when I went over there, I'm not making this up. I love everybody. I mean, I've never met strangers. I'm sure you can tell right now, I love everybody. I don't judge anybody. And I want everyone, like, I had some friends of mine, I talk to them, they're like, I just want to see what they're doing. walked up and they kind of looked at me a little bit, and I was like, "Hey guys," that was it. And we bullshit. God damn it. We talked about what we're both here for, both sides, and then bullshit. Where are you from? Oh, you know, like, and they kind of told me I had some moments today, and their friend was attacked, and we got arrested. I'm so sorry, and I hope you guys are safe. So, like I said, I'm seeing my kids standing here up to an adult situation.
Yeah.
And so we should be safe.
Cool. Yeah, it's pretty interesting now because with just a few people here, it's pretty chill. It's people talking from both sides of the line.
You know what, dude? It only takes one bad apple to start shit. That's what's so sad.
That's what they say about the police department. It takes one bad apple to spoil the bunch. And if you don't toss those apples, and that's why people are pissed. Because in Denver, do you remember the Denver diner incident? Downtown by the strip clubs and off the mall, there was like people got beat the crap out of. Then there was another one where a white kid and a black kid were in a car, and the cops pulled them out and beat the shit out of them. It was like
When you said diner, that kind of went
Denver diner. This was about 10 years ago. So cops were put on leave. 10 years later, they got their jobs back with their back pay. That's the broken system, right? You can back the blue if you want to, right? The blue line. But if it's a stained line and it's tainted, then it's not worth backing. And if you look in the histories, right? My sister was pissed. One of the guys on her husband's police department, black guy, beat a woman. Because right as they were about to have sex, she said, "No, I better not." You know what? If you can't be man enough to be like, "I'm naked and I'm right in front of you," you said no, and talk it out, or go in the corner and beat off, right? You got something wrong with you. You don't beat the woman because she's like, I don't feel good about this right now, right? Doesn't matter what color your skin is, whether you wear a badge or not. You don't do those things, okay? The same thing goes, right? Should we just stand around and watch somebody kill somebody? Right?
I think, like we were talking to, I think cops, like my daughter told me, she's a lot of firefighters in town. And fire station kids and she works 6 months a year. Realizing now, mentally, they're starting to have suicide rates.
Right, it's exhausting.
So this is the first year in her 5 years of being a firefighter, she was able to take off to do it. To get something for another firefighter back to the So you're starting to see it. And I think with what police see, I have no idea what they see in the field. I mean, this is some horrific stuff. They need to get some help too. If you start showing signs of maybe going down that road, like you said, the ones that go to college step in and be like, I'm kind of watching what's going on, and maybe having each other's back. Another couple, Bob's kind of look. I mean, I don't know.
Right. But I mean, like even like this Denver thing, right? I mean, I watched them. 200 people, no place to live, no place to go. Just get told, move now. No legal constitutional authority, no orders from the court are being obeyed right now. You've got seconds, and all your stuff is going directly into a dumpster, a garbage truck. We're going to smash it every 10 minutes to make sure that everything is as compact as possible, and all of the worldly goods for a couple hundred people are just going to be tossed. Okay? That is the same mentality our government is putting on people. Right? Your stuff, you don't matter. Okay? And they're putting the people, the authority of a badge and a gun to say it's your job to enforce that mentality. That's why people get stressed out. So I know that one of the reasons I'm still able to be here, these people are still able to be here, is probably because there's cameras on them and they're safe with that. And I don't even know what time it is.
Who has cameras?
What time is it? Okay. My understanding is that 5:30 they leave.
Did you catch the events earlier?
Oh yeah.
You catch the one over here? That was me.
What? What?
Yeah.
What?
I had the half of Melissa sitting over here on top of me. You had another guy over here. Hey.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
no, I'm serious.
Do you have video?
He
You
was
can
there.
email it to me.
No, I'm saying he was there.
But you,
I was trying.
you can email me any video you have. I'll be glad to
I don't
review
have
it.
anything. I know.
So what do you think? Yeah. Huh?
So that shit gets you in trouble.
Oh. Looks like talking might get you in trouble too.
Because his guy got off the table. Your guy got off the table. So his guy is my brother that was talking to me. That never got up. That never got up. That never got up. So this is how this is because my brother said I'm the only person that got up. My brother, see, you don't even know what the issue. I'm asking you. He don't even know. So he doesn't even know. So this. So that's got Moker out. That's what the problem is. It's right there. People say, well, this happened. It was this, it was that, it was this, it was that. I'm telling you, my brother was. Oh, wait a minute. And you say it makes it gospel? My brother. People like you say it and it's gospel. I'm gonna butt him because you talk shit all goddamn day. Run your mouth and have to shut up. And I take that responsibility. You can film me. I don't care. I'd like to get on there.
Oh, you want to get in the film?
Show me.
Okay.
Who are you?
Huh?
Who are you with?
I'm independent media.
Where's your tag? Let me see who you're working with. You gotta have a card.
Where's your gun permit?
I don't have to have one.
Okay, where did I have to have one?
You have to if you say you're media.
Second Amendment protects the
No,
first, buddy.
wait a minute. Now that's not what you said.
Second Amendment protects the first, doesn't it?
But you didn't. Yes, we do.
Okay. You want my pass? Where's yours?
I don't have to have a pass.
Exactly. Exactly. You don't have to have a pass. I don't have to have a pass either.
No.
I get paid for my shit.
Where's it at? No, then you work for somebody. I ask you who you
I'm
work for.
independent.
You got some guys backing you up right now.
You know, I don't know what they do. Okay, what I will tell you is that I get a paycheck. I'm an internationally, huh?
From who?
Google.
Google?
Yeah.
I got the very best guy that works for Google right now.
Nice.
Does all the computer write-ups.
All right.
Back door, front doors, and does it all.
That's cool. Yeah, they give me, they send me checks every month. They love my shit. And I go wherever I'm called. There's another one called Stringer.
Yeah, I know.
Right. They just do the. There's a media. Are you in the area? Can you go cover this? So, yeah, I don't know. He was over here talking to these ladies for half an hour or so. Seems everything's pretty peaceful now.
But he's saying the same thing, and I caught him in a bullshit lie, and I front somebody that lies. Was he not? Did they not take that picture Wednesday night off that picnic table?
They took a picture
of us, and he says he didn't.
Were you in a public space?
Yeah, we're in a park.
Okay, so what's your problem?
We're not complaining about the picture.
You just said
he didn't know. He went on.
Okay, so whether a man tells the truth or not, that's about his bond, and that's a matter of his faith and his faith practices.
You got some good points.
My question to you was, if you were in a public park, what does it matter whether he
You're
took a
camera
picture?
guy, right?
Yeah.
You can't take a picture of my face, and post it everywhere without something.
Absolutely can.
You can?
Yes, the same permit that gives you the right to carry that gun on your hip in front of me right now is the same permit that gives me all of my rights and where I make all my money from.
All your money?
Not all of it, but I make a lot of money off of it. No, man's got to work hard for a living, right? Can't be lazy and just sit around and do nothing all day.
I don't get paid for hours. I get paid for what I get done.
Yeah, I get paid based on the job. That's right. That's right. So, I mean, there's other journalists here. They have badges, but they may or may not be recording it visibly.
They do.
Right? Right? You know? Right? There's guys recording. There's girls recording. The CSU people were here. You know? It's cool.
recording device either. I have my
Right.
friend here has a trespass.
Right? I don't care about the past. Just more trash, you know. It's like, and I appreciate it because you know this friend of yours here. You know, he said Patriots we're leaving at 5:30, and I said that's cool. I'm pressed. I'm by myself. I came by myself. I'll leave by myself.
But see, the problem is we're not going to leave because we have done that in the past, and then a bunch of people show up and knock out some of our people.
So I heard they said everybody was leaving as a group.
Yeah.
I'm assuming everybody's leaving as a group.
We'll make sure, well, not groups, but make sure some of us do.
See, that's the call. They're saying it's time to go.
And because we don't want it, because what'll happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys be safe out there.
You too.
Get that in the recycling bin.
They don't recycle in Colorado.
What are you talking about?
Where?
Put on the street. I had lunch in town today.
Yeah.
Every half block, there's 12 recycling bins.
Where are you at? In town?
Huh? Yeah. Just put my recycling there. It was great. I went into my car and emptied it out. Put some recycling in the recycling bins.
Good.
They sure do. I mean, we're doing enough oil and gas extraction. We might as well reuse it a couple of times. Right?
Plastic is hard.
Genesis 2:19. God created the earth, told man to take care of it.
You're right there.
I have some pretty easy arguments. That's what keeps me right here where I am. 162 people keeping an eye on this shit right now.
How many?
I got 162 on this channel. I'm probably being rebroadcast to like 50, 60,000 around the world who are watching live because they show me on Periscope, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. This is the Twilight Zone, folks. We are here again at the police building. Do you know what district this is? Is this the main administration? Main administration building. I wanna go get their plaque here. I'm sure they have a very memorable and touching tribute to the men and women who have served here. This is the police services facility. Watch this. Yeah, I'm outside in the lobby wondering if there's somebody available to take a report. My name is Brian. I'm standing in the lobby. I'm glad to talk to a human being face to face. No, I'm standing in the lobby and there's an officer standing right here right now. I want to report an assault. Today. Is there a person available to talk to me? Okay. That's all the information I'm giving you. I'm going to stand in the lobby now, okay? Oh, did I want to report an assault? Yes, I did. By the way, I need to say hi to somebody. Human love, solidarity. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. So, So I'm just waiting for the police to show up so I can make my report. So I got, huh?
Lobby's closed, just call into dispatch.
Yes, I got 2 questions.
Yeah.
One, where's bail paid?
Who?
Bail. You arrested people today. Where did they get bailed out?
The sheriff's office.
The sheriff's office? Is that
Down the street, straight down the hill, make a right, and be on your right.
okay? And how long am I supposed to wait here to file an assault charge report?
Just tell them you want to make a report.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Do you have a name and badge number?
Yeah.
Can I have it, please? Dan Murphy, what's your badge number? 556, Dan Murphy, refusing to assist. So we're currently waiting because the lobby's closed to just check out these fantastic historical documents while we wait for we protect constitutional rights, apply the law fairly and consistently, and serve as examples of all. In carrying out this value, Loveland police officers are periodically placed in peril. When an officer is seriously wounded during the lawful execution of duty, we oftentimes rely heavily upon other law enforcement agencies to support the officer and the agency for providing commendable, immediate, and sustained assistance to the Loveland Police Department when Cody Powell, who by the act of extreme force and severe malice attempted to take the life of Officer Garrett Azilka on March 2nd, 2014. We commend you. There was a 500-year flood which caused extensive property damages in 1997. Yeah. So how long has it been? I'm trying to file a police report here. Right? Trying to file a report. Do you think they'll take one? Preach the gospel of your commission. It's been at least 5 minutes, right? I'm standing in the lobby. Yeah, how long is it going to take for somebody to come out here? Well, there was a guy standing right here. I'm at the police department in the lobby. Aren't there people going to just walk out the front door? Okay. Well, I'm going to stay around until I get to file a police report. So we're going to hang out here, just kind of see what's going on with these groups and these people here. I'm just waiting at the lobby. By the way, did we get anybody got a timestamp on the assault that happened when that man went around the crowd and then jumped? Guns and the Bible are the problem. Oh, it's a mixed bag of nuts, isn't it? So anyway, I'm really looking for somebody to go all the way back into the beginning of my video and see if there's a timestamp available. And they just don't quit, huh? They just don't quit.
Well, some people got a lot of stock in them.
Yeah. I thought everybody was leaving at 5:30. Pull them out so you don't have this. Now you got them hanging out there, intermingled right there at the line, at the corner, all over again. And they're there.
See, if it was only just peaceful protesting, you know, it would always be like this. There's always those few.
Yeah, I know what that's like. It happens on both sides.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, your guy today literally and clearly ran around the group to go jump on somebody.
Oh, really?
That whole fight that started, the three people that got
which
arrested?
one? Oh, down here?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed
That happened by your guys. That was started by your guys.
Oh, really?
The old man in the wheelchair?
Yep.
He jumped into the pile
I heard.
to stop the fight. Yeah. I mean, it's not like they walked him down the block or two and sent to let him walk away and go home. They walked him all the way to the trail and then threw him in the pit. I mean, it's a good video. Since,
sure.
I know it's already being downloaded as evidence in a court of law, right?
That's the problem when you get people. There's always somebody.
There's always somebody.
Every group is going to have somebody.
That's the sad part. These people seem to be getting along just fine. Talking as American citizens.
Yeah.
Something we don't see this much these days.
Mixing it up. There were some conversations going on today.
Good. I don't know, by the time I got here, it seemed like it was mixed bag.
Yeah. Yeah, there were,
some guys were itching
there
to
were
pull the trigger.
conversations and there were agitators, yeah.
What happened in the first fight? That's the one I missed. I saw the guy getting hauled off to jail.
Oh, he was running his mouth, trying to instigate something, and then he finally pushed an old dude, and then everyone just said, "No, you're done." The guy had to have been in his 70s, and he freaking goes off and pushes him, so no one was having any of that.
Was he by himself? I mean, I only saw one guy. It was like he was separated off by himself and everybody else.
Yeah, there was another goon with him, and then they had their girl bodyguard. But he was the one that was just going off at the mouth. The other ones were just kind of like standing there, like, yeah, we're here. But he was the one that kept talking, so he's the one that got all the attention.
Well, folks, been a long day. Anybody got the number of Fort Collins? I'm still here at the police department building, waiting for my customer service.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh, I was 17. Anyways, right after that, it was like everybody was
out in town in Okinawa, and I was surrounded by the Okinawa National. Right, I had a Y on my license plate. It stood for Yankee. Right, my car even had a tag on it that said Y, Yankee. Right, so Americans were tagged. Right, so honestly, we
Hey, sweetie, over here.
we recorded.
Huh?
Who you with?
I'm independent.
Okay. All right. So I'm just telling you that in all countries they have some sort of it, right? And you know, honestly, America's not bad. We fought. I mean, we fought to free the slaves. I mean,
You shouldn't have to stand there and say, I have a black person. That is unacceptable. Because that makes that person okay. You should be able to say, because let me tell you, my best friend, one of my very good friends, is the first black man to win a world champion buckle race. But you know what? I would never tell you that Charlie Simpson is my black friend. Never do that.
So there's 3 cars. When did you find folks here to take a complaint? Yeah, somebody's supposed to be dispatched over here. I was here to report assault.
Did you already talk to somebody?
No, I've been waiting. Since there was a big melee and you guys arrested some people and I'm the one that filmed the whole incident, figured you might want to talk to the guy that watched the pro-police people start jumping and assaulting people before, you call it a day.
I don't take those, and I wasn't on that, so.
Okay. Well, I saw you 2 sitting out here. I had a 3rd car drive by, and I was in the lobby, and I talked to a 4th person, and I'm just waiting for somebody to be dispatched.
Towards the west side of the church, that also PD, pretty sure it's with the same. How can I help you?
So I was in the lobby, and as I told this young lady, I said that I wanted to file a report.
Okay.
Right? I watched the assault that happened over here in the trail.
Okay.
And I live streamed the whole damn thing, and I didn't see anybody taking police reports. And while you guys were arresting and detaining people,
Okay.
and since I'm the press with the live feed that caught the whole damn thing go down, I figured somebody would want to talk to me eventually.
Would you like to send that to me?
Thorough investigation. You can pull it up on your phone, yeah.
Stand by 1 second. What's your name, sir?
My name is Brian.
Brian? How do you spell that? With a Y or
I.
I? What's your last name?
Loma.
How do you spell that? Okay. And where would I be able to get this video at?
Live on YouTube.
Okay. Is there any way you want to send it to me?
Yeah, I'll send you a link.
I give you my card?
That's fine.
So my email's right here.
And we'll just I don't see a badge number on here, Officer McDowell.
Yep. Should be on there. It's 336.
Maybe I'm missing it. Oh yeah, there it is. FC336. Okay.
Yep. So what email should I be expecting it from?
cuttheplastic@gmail.com. Because there was zero investigation into why the incident and what happened.
I'm sure that's what you think, but we also had our own video.
You might have video, but you didn't get the video of me watching the guy pushing and jumping into a crowd.
I appreciate you bringing that to us, but we did have video of it.
Okay. So did you
another angle always helps.
Did you detain any of the pro police officer people who were assaulting these black blockers that were here today?
I'm not sure who they all detained.
Okay. That's exactly my point. You might have video, but the people that were doing the assault.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you
We'll get it to you.
to share that video.
Absolutely.
All right. You have a good day.
You too. Thanks for sending somebody on the dispatch call too. So folks, it looks like that's it. These folks are here. Those folks are over there. They're all walking everybody back and calling it a day.
Stay with the group.
So you got this guy left, huh?
Not on your side.
I think she saw your flags and had a gut reaction. Might be the one on top. I don't know. When I took all my courses in the Boy Scouts, the one thing I learned was don't deface the flag. Right? So if you're gonna destroy a flag, you have to burn it, right? You have to give it a little dignity. And the way that I was raised is that you don't put another color on that flag.
You don't put nothing above the American flag. Well,
That also. That's right.
Like to have this?
No, I
Please you?
okay. You know what? I would.
There you go. You can do whatever you'd like.
And the filming, I don't care, because I've been around the world 3 times. I'm sick to die anytime, and I don't care if it's here. It didn't happen over there. I won't be put down in my own country without a fight. You can put that on any news you want to.
No, I mean the reality is that I still have my grandfather's casket flag, right?
Yeah.
Right. He was a mechanic that served on the spy planes that bombed Japan.
Yeah.
Right. And our world has changed a lot from then, right? I'm 45, and we film our hatred. We are more blatant and not hiding about the ways that we build lines and walls between us, right?
Yeah.
And the conversation has to be first and foremost that, if you believe that Christ died for your sins, then the way you react to people's anger.
Well, he says you will not anger easy if you're within Christ. Right?
We're not angry easy, but it must be there has to be a time when we stand up, because we're not just taught to leave a little chaff for the widows, right? The idea is that the poor person has to have something too, right?
And how many times do you give?
Name a country.
But
Name a country where it's better.
Name a country where it's better.
Name a country where it's better.
Samoa.
Samoa.
Beautiful island, Fiji. The only thing that's not better in the islands of Fiji is their plumbing, their water.
So hey, if you're unhappy, anybody who's unhappy is welcome to move to Samoa or Fiji, where it's better than the USA, apparently.
I mean, they're beautiful places. They got, and the police there are loved, right? They give them respect,
also,
and they're members of the community.
You know why they get respected?
Because the things that they deal with are murder, violence like rape and assault, and drug dealings like methamphetamines. And though they're not expected to be shrinks, they're not expected to be mental health counselors, they're not expected to be bankers and land management and trash collectors, right?
Yeah.
Different job, different situation.
Yeah,
right?
but they're respected because you don't cross them either down there. Germany, you been to Germany?
I have not been to Germany, but from what I understand, they also still don't tolerate Nazis and fascism, right? And so in our country today, we have a situation where anti-fascism has gotten a foothold. Anti-fascism can only have a foothold where fascism exists.
Unless the people that are claiming to be anti-fascists are actually the fascists. You're gonna have a hard time convincing me, sir. I came from Portland, Oregon. And they've been burning my city for almost 60 days now. And you want to tell me they're peaceful?
I have not been to Portland, but I've been to Denver, right? With a camera in my hand.
Peaceful. It was real peaceful when these guys were outnumbered in Denver.
When I had a camera in my hand in Denver, 13 times shot in the first 3 days, filming the things that were going on.
You got
right?
shot.
I got rubber bullets. I carry an Israeli gas mask now, right? Because just putting a camera in my hand, and whether I have my press passes out, whether I don't have them out, whether I got a helmet that says press on it, doesn't matter, right? It made me a target because I was putting a camera on the stuff that was going on.
See, I don't know about that, but I do know this, okay? Our country is under attack. This is not some spontaneous movement.
No, it just popped up.
That just popped up.
You're right, because President Trump, President Clinton, Jeffrey Epstein, the wealthiest of the wealthy, they all have hung out together for decades.
You're not going to get me to defend any politician.
So you're right. It is from the top.
When Obama
it is
was
planned.
This big,
I don't know about him though.
No,
was he?
When he was a kid this big, his dad was some big wheel up there in the government stuff as a contractor or something.
Yeah.
The grandmama Bush babysitted him. That's how far back it goes.
Okay, interesting.
Governor of my state, Kate Brown, she's the niece of Jerry Brown from California, Mr. Flat Tax Socialist himself. What a surprise.
But yeah,
hey, here's another thing. Where did this all start?
California.
Minneapolis? Was it Minneapolis? George Floyd, right?
No, I would say it was way before that.
No, but when the George Floyd thing came down, that the police were only getting charged with X, that's when the current
Okay.
stuff broke out.
What
Right?
you're saying is that's when the powder keg, when the fire,
Okay.
right? Because you can't
I can say
build-
whatever I want. This is fucking America, and I'm
It is.
saying it. Where it started this time.
I don't think it started there though.
Where do you think it started?
I think it started a long time before that.
Okay, so I'm not here for a history
Okay,
discourse.
so
right?
I'm not going
I'm telling
back.
you, this is my opinion. Where did it start? My opinion is it started in Minneapolis with the George Floyd thing. Right? You with me so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Whose district is that? Who is the Congress? Who are the Congress people for that district? Is it Ilhan Omar? Is it
Maybe.
Ilhan Omar? Do you know who Ilhan Omar is?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one who's calling for like, it's not enough to defund police. We have to tear down the whole system, political and economic.
So what does defunding the police mean to you?
Well, what it means to people who are actually defunding the police is taking funds away from the police.
And to do what with them?
Like, are you trying to lead me like a little kid here?
No, I'm asking you, what does that mean to you? What if they say
It
they
doesn't
want to
fucking matter what it
take away
means to
money?
me.
Well,
I'm
you're-
not the one calling for defund police.
Okay, what do you think that they mean?
So
then?
you're not even listening to what I had to say.
I am.
No, you're not. You're trying to talk me onto side topics. And I'm telling you, where did it start? It started with George Floyd. Where did that start? It started in Minneapolis.
Okay.
Why Minneapolis? Well, that happens to be Ilhan Omar's district. Also happens to be a huge blue state. Also, the largest group of Muslims in the United States.
Why is that the largest group of
Lives
Muslims?
in and around Minneapolis.
Why?
Well, because President Obama imported 400,000 Muslims from places like Syria and other countries under the guise of political refugees. Now, they're trying to start their own nation state there. Have a look. You have a look. That's where it started this time. There's been fighting for 60 days in Portland, Oregon since then, where I come from. My town is shut down. And where it started is Minneapolis. And what they're trying to do now, defund the police. And what it means to me means nothing. What it means to them is completely defunding the entire police force. That's what they're doing. Not any of the fancy like, well, I'd like to take a few dollars and give it over to social health or whatever. No, they're getting rid of the police. And that's not the only place where they're trying to get rid of police all the way. Okay? So whatever the party line is, whatever everyone's telling themselves, like, oh, we're just
I'm just asking your education on the topic.
Yeah,
sir.
well, I'm telling you,
So
right?
it sounds like your education on defunding the police is a perception